Hello everyone, this is part 9 of What If Naruto Came Back to Claim His Family's Name, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Sakura glared into Hinata's Byakugan eyes as Naruto did the same for Hashi. You can't get away, the whole compound is surrounded by Anbu, said Naruto. This will lead to a war, the branch members will protect us, said Hashi. Well, they would, but it so happens that my clan developed the bird cage seal and I found the blueprints. With that in hand, Jiraiya is right now removing all the bird cage seals from all the branch family members, said Naruto with a smirk. What, you are freeing those savages free? Yelled Hashi. Those are people, not animals, yelled Sakura back. They might as well be. They may be offspring of our clan, but they unfit to have any freedom and must be controlled just as those of the lower clans should be. Only the noble should rule, and we of the Hyuga clan are the noblest of the noble, said Hashi. That is where you are wrong, we are all equal, said Naruto. This coming from a Namikaze, I will show you how great the Hyuga clan is, by defeating you, yelled Hashi at Naruto. I don't think so, said Naruto as the Kyuubi appeared next to him in a ball of flames. I will enjoy your F from your skull, said the Kyuubi as he licked his lips. No, I want to do this, said Naruto to the Kyuubi, just watch over Sakura-chan. Your mate doesn't need me to watch over here, but I will keep an eye on both of you, said the Kyuubi as he walked toward a wall in order to watch the fights. Hinata, we don't have to do this, said Sakura. Yes, we have to. You have taken everything from me. You have taken my family's honor and my Naruto-kun, said Hinata. Hinata, I didn't take your clan's honor and Naruto-kun was never yours, said Sakura. Shut up, yelled Hinata as she charged at Sakura. In an instant, Sakura slammed her fist into the ground, breaking it apart and knocking Hinata into the air. Meanwhile, Naruto had pulled out a kunai from his holster. I will make this fast, said Naruto as he disappeared in a flash of light and reappeared behind Hashi. He was about to Hashi in the back when he spun around and grabbed the kunai. Do you really think that would work? Said Hashi as he tried to hit Naruto's chakra points, but Naruto moved faster than Hashi's hands. Naruto jumped away from Hashi. How can you? Did you know where I was going? Asked Naruto. Simple, your grandfather was my sensei when I was a genin and I was also one of your uncle's friends. Therefore I saw them use that just all the time, and in time I learned how to follow it, said Hashi. Looks like I will have to do this the hard way then, said Naruto as he started to form a Rasengan. When Naruto was forming his Rasengan, Sakura was having her own trouble. While Hinata was in the air, Sakura threw some kunai at her, but Hinata blocked them and landed softly on the ground. Is that all got witch? Asked Hinata. You have no idea what I can do, said Sakura as she pulled 2 needles out and threw them at Hinata. That will not work, said Hinata as she went to block the needs. However, as soon as she touched the needs, they explode, sending Hinata flying backwards into the wall. Was that good? Asked Sakura as she walked up toward Hinata. What was that? Asked Hinata as tried to stand up but couldn't. Naruto-kun gave me those needles. They have a seal that explodes with the force of 4 paper bombs each on contact. That is, of course, after I trigger the seal, said Sakura as she stood over Hinata. Suddenly a loud voice filled the air. Fang over fang. Sakura's eyes widened as she headed the sound coming from behind her. She jumped to the side just as Kiba's technique arrived, then came to a stop just in front of Hinata. Kiba, what are you doing? Asked Sakura as Kiba turned to face her. I am defending the woman I love, said Kiba as everyone looked at him. Count on one of our dogs coming to help us, said Hashi as Naruto finished his Rasengan. I am not here to help you, growled Kiba, I only care about Hinata-chan. Kiba, don't do this, pleaded Hinata. Sorry, but I have to do this, said Kiba as he and Akamaru got into a fight stance just as Hinata passed out. Don't worry, Sakura-chan, I will take of this guy and come help you out, said Naruto as he finished the Rasengan. Don't worry, I can handle myself, said Sakura. I don't think you will be getting rid of me that fast, said Hashi. That is what you think, said Naruto as he reached into his vest. What are you doing? Asked Hashi. I am doing one of the Eustace that my dad developed but never mastered. The flying Rasengan, said Naruto with a smirk as he pulled the strings and held them up to the edge of the Rasengan. Hashi watched as the strings got pulled into the Rasengan. Are you ready? Asked Naruto. Bring it, boy, said Hashi as Naruto threw the Rasengan at Hashi, who just stood there. Foolish boy, all I have to do is my rotational move to block the Rasengan, it will never touch me, said Hashi. Who said anything about touching you? Said Naruto with a smirk as he yanked the strings out Rasengan, causing it to lose chakra control. The result was an explosion of chakra right in front of Hashi, sending him backwards and just like Hinata into a wall, unable to move. Naruto turned around just in time to see Sakura jump out of the way of one of Kiba's fang over fang twisters. She jumped to the side to miss one, only to see another one only 3 feet away from her face. Sakura-chan, yelled Naruto. However, suddenly a gall force wind hit the move before it Sakura, sending it flying backwards. What was that? Asked Sakura as she looked around for the source of the wind. Kyuubi, was that you? Asked Naruto before running to Sakura's side. Kit, I am the demon fox of fire not wind, and will you let me fight? I am getting bored, said the Kyuubi as Kiba and Akamaru reappeared by Hinata. This is not good, buddy, now Naruto is fighting us as well, and what was that wind early? Asked Kiba as Akamaru barked. I know, boy, I don't like fighting my friends either, but we will protect Hinata-chan. As the two of them were talking, Juno walked up and sat right in front of Sakura before turning to face Kiba and Akamaru. Juno, I think you need to go by the Kyuubi, you are too young to take him on, said Naruto, but Juno didn't move. Fang over fang, yelled Kiba again as the two twisters came at Naruto, Sakura and Juno. However, before either Naruto or Sakura could move, Juno flicked her tail, sending a gust of wind at Kiba and Akamaru. The wind was so strong it sent them flying backwards, hitting the wall. What was that? Asked Kiba as he rubbed his head as he stood up. That little fox flicked her tail and we were sent flying back. What do you think, buddy? Nothing happened, Akamaru. Kiba looked over to see Akamaru with a look of fear. What is it? Woof, said Akamaru softly. What do you mean you're afraid? It is just a little fox, we can take it. Woof, said Akamaru. Fine, then I will do it myself, said Kiba, fang over fang. Another twister came flying towards Naruto, Sakura and Juno. You are starting to bug me, said Juno as Kyuubi's, Sakura's and Naruto's eyes widened. Then Juno opened her mouth and blew a gall force wind at Kiba. Kiba was forced to stop and cover his face with his hands as he tried to stand against the wind, but it was too much for him. He flew back, hitting the wall again, only this time he didn't get back up. Juno, you can talk? Asked Sakura as the Kyuubi walked up to the group. Yes, Sakura, I can talk and I always have been able to, said Juno, and please, Juno isn't my real name. So what is your name? Asked Naruto. And how did a pup like you get that power? Asked Kyuubi. I have this power because I am not a normal fox, I am a demon fox, said Juno as her eyes glowed green and a white mini twister came around her. When it disappeared, a completely different fox stood there. She was maybe 2 inches shorter than the Kyuubi, had 8 tails, glowing green eyes and pink fur. My name is Sakura, 8-tailed demon fox of the wind, said the fox that used to be Juno. My name is Sakura, said the pink 8-tailed fox had replaced Juno. How are you doing, Kyuubi-kun? All the Kyuubi could do was blink wide-eyed. Wait, you're Sakura, as in Kyuubi's mate that Sakura? Asked Sakura. Yep, said Sakura, fox, as the Anbu and Tsunade arrived, I think they can handle this. With that, Sakura's green eyes glowed and another white wind storm surrounded them. The next moment they found themselves in Naruto's backyard. Much better. Sakura? Asked Kyuubi in a shaky voice. Yes, Kyuubi-kun, it is me, said Sakura with a smile, as Kyuubi walked up to her. Slowly one of his tails came out and touched Sakura's face. It is you, said a stunned Kyuubi. Yes, it is, you barker, said Sakura as Kyuubi stepped forward until he was standing right in front of his mate. His 9 tails wrapped around her, pulling her tight to him. They placed their heads on each other's shoulders. How can this be? I watched us, asked Kyuubi. The fox seal, you barker. It kept part of my soul alive in you, therefore after my body pasted on my soul was sealed in you, said Sakura. But if you were sealed inside me, how did you get out? Asked Kyuubi. Through Juno, said Sakura. Wait, if Juno and you are two different foxes, then what happened to her? Asked Naruto Sakura as the two demon foxes broke their hug. Sakura, I hate to tell you this, but you never meet the real Juno. She's during the first night that Naruto was taking care of her in Snow Country, said Sakura. So who have I been training with the whole time? Asked Sakura. Me, said Fox Sakura, when Juno's I decide since the body was enemy that I would use it. So next time Kyubi-kun touched Juno's body, I took my chance and transferred my soul into the body. I see, said Sakura. Why didn't to tell us sooner? Asked Naruto. Simple, this Barker, pointing a tail at Kyubi, wouldn't have believed me, so I need to get some of my demon powers back, said Sakura. I am still only about as strong as a two-tailed, but give me about a year or two, and I will be back to normal power. You were behind the time, weren't you? Asked Kyubi to his Sakura. Well, maybe you aren't as big a Barker as I thought you were, said Sakura as she used one of her tails to rub Kyubi behind his ear, which made her leg move. Yes, I am, but I am your Barker, said Kyubi back to his Sakura. Yes, you are, and I wouldn't have it any other way, said Sakura. Time asked Naruto. For a while now I have been testing me powers by briefly opening up little holes in space and time, showing her what could be her future, said Sakura with a grin. You have been showing Sakura the future? Asked Naruto to the pink fox. In a way, I was showing her the most likely path her future will take, and to make it fun I focused on someone I thought she would like to meet, said Sakura. Therefore I showed her both of yours kits, but mainly the eldest. Wait, you have been showing her what could be our family? Asked Naruto. Yes, said Fox Sakura as Naruto turned to look at his Sakura. So Sakura-chan, please tell me, what do our kids look like? Asked Naruto. I don't know where to start. The one I saw the most was our eldest daughter, Kushina. My god, I don't know how to describe how beautiful she is, said Sakura. Suddenly an idea popped in her head. Sakura, can't you show him like you showed me? Later, opening time, I'll take a lot of chakra and I need some rest. I am still not up to full strength, said Sakura as she yawned. That's fine, I dreamed for years on what Sakura's and mine kids might look like. I can wait as long as you need to. Besides, I should go talk to the Hokage about what Kiba did and also get a mission for the kids this afternoon, said Naruto as he kissed Sakura before disappearing in a golden light. After an hour of talking to the Hokage, Naruto returned to find Sakura sitting on the couch reading. Welcome home, Naruto-kun, said Sakura as she closed her book before getting up and kissing Naruto. So what is our squad's mission? We today and tomorrow off, said Naruto smirked, and Sakura smiled. Our genin on the other hand do not. Across town. I wonder where they are, asked Rick. Yeah, I wanted to show Sakura-sensei that I learned how to bring a fish back to life, Hinura. Wow, Hinura, you really are learning those medical just-use fast, said Kinkura as Hinura grinned with pride. What can I say, I always dreamed about being a medic, said Hinura. They should be here soon, said Minuta as a figure appeared before them. Lady Hokage, said all the genin as they bowed. It's okay, I am here to deliver a message. I have given your teachers today and tomorrow off, said Tsunade as the genin all smiled. However, you maggots are not as luckily. I am giving you temporary training, sensei. Suddenly two men appeared, both in green. This is Guy and Rock Lee. Back with Naruto and Sakura. So they have Lee and Guy together? Asked Sakura as Naruto nodded his head. I feel sorry for them. So how are Kyubi and Sakura doing? Asked Naruto. I really don't know, I just left those two alone. I mean, they have 20 years of time to make up for, and I am still a little shocked to find out that I am partnered up with a demon lord and that Juno-s. Said Sakura. I know, but it seems that Juno-s a long time ago and Sakura just took her chance to return to her mate. Can you blame her? Asked Naruto. No, of course not, and I never said that. It will just take some time getting used to. What is going to happen to the Hyugas? Hanbi has stepped in as temporary leader, but most of the power rests with Neji. Hinata and the others are being held by the Anbu awaiting trail. Said Naruto. Kiba is being detained, but they will be light on him. I mean, all he was doing was defending the woman he loves. One thing I don't understand about Kiba, why won't he just go find another girl to love? I mean, Hinata never returned his feelings, so why stick with her? He stayed for the same reason why I stuck to you even when you were chasing Sasuke, said Naruto. He loves her. with all his heart and soul, and no force in this world or the next can change that. I see, and Naruto-kun, I am real sorry that I made you wait so long, said Sakura as she lowered her head in shame. Naruto walked over to her and using one hand he gently tilted her head back up. You are well worth that wait, said Naruto with a smile. Suddenly Sakura crushed her lips against his with so much force it caused the couch they were sitting on to tip over. This sent Sakura and Naruto rolling onto the floor kissing as they went. However, they parted for a second. Bedroom, said Sakura back as with one move Naruto picked her, carrying her as she kept kissing his face and then. As they got to Naruto's door, Sakura used her free hand to open the door and Naruto used his foot to close the door. In the corner, Fox Sakura was curled up with her head resting on Kyuubi's feet while he had his head on top of her and his tails had wrapped around her like a blanket. Naruto carried his Sakura to the bed. Meanwhile their genin were already falling down. Come on my youthful genin, we still have 3 hours of training to go, said Lee as he gave them a thumbs up. Lee, I am so proud of you, yelled Guy. Guy sensei, yelled Lee. Lee, yelled Guy as the two of them hugged. I never thought I would miss Sakura sensei and Naruto sensei, said Minuto. These guys are weird, said Kinkura. I can't feel my legs, said Lou. I can't feel anything, said Hinura. God me now. It will be less painful, said Luke. These guys are just strange, but I do like their fighting style, said Rick as he drank some water. Alright, we still have 100 more laps around the village to do, said Lee as all the genin groaned. Just think we get to do this all over again tomorrow. No, yelled all the genin. I can't believe this is happening, said Hinata as she sat in a cell at Anbu headquarters. Overall it wasn't too bad. The Hokage had let her be held in the upper levels, which means that it was nicer. Will separate bathrooms, a small window, and you couldn't hear screams from those being integrated. All the Hyuga elders were down there. This is your cell, said an Anbu wearing a cat mask as he opened the door and shoveled Hinata's new cellmate into the room. Hinata was surprised to see that it was Kiba. Kiba, what are you doing here? Asked Hinata as Kiba sat down next to her holding his side. You don't remember? Asked Kiba. All I remember was me telling you to leave, said Hinata. Well, I didn't. I stayed and had a little fight with Sakura and her fox. I lost, said Kiba. I had no idea that little fox had so much power. She sent a gush of wind that sent my fang over fang flying into the wall. So you stayed when I told you to leave, said Hinata. Yeah, call me your knight in shiny armor, said Kiba with a grin, before he winced in pain. Well, maybe not so armored. Kiba, you shouldn't have done that. I am not worth it, said Hinata as she healed Kiba's broken rib. Hinata-chan, you are worth my life, said Kiba. Well, Naruto-kun doesn't think so, said Hinata. Will you stop thinking about Naruto and relieve that he is not meant for you, said Kiba. Hinata-chan, look, I know that you like him, but he doesn't like you back. Maybe in time he will. No, he will not. Hinata-chan, he has loved Sakura since before he was a genin, now has her. Do you think he will let her go? Would you let him go if it was you? Asked Kiba. No, I wouldn't let him go, said Hinata. Hinata-chan, I don't accept you to get over Naruto in one day, but please give me a chance, pleaded Kiba. Maybe I should give him a chance, thought Hinata. He has done so much for me. So what do say, if we get out of here, will you on a date with me? Sure, said Hinata, that is if we get out of here. Don't worry, we will get out of here, said Kiba with a huge smile on his face. Later that evening, the Anbu captain arrived on the floor and walked to the cat-masked Anbu. Why did you put Hinata, Hyuga and Kiba Inuzuka in the same cell? Asked the captain. You know that we are not supposed to put the opposite S together. We don't want to have to deal with prison babies. So I believed it to be the best, said the cat-masked Anbu. Well, put one of them in another cell, said the captain. No, sir, said the cat Anbu. Look, I know that they are your friends, but they need to be put into 2 cells. And you need to stop smoking, captain. So either let them stay in the same room together, or I tell your wife that you keep on smoking even after she told you to stop, said the cat-masked Anbu. You know you and your bugs are just too troublesome, said the captain. Fine, they can stay in the same room, but they are under your care. I know nothing. Understood, sir, said the cat-face Anbu as the captain left to take his smoke break. It was around midnight when Kat made his move. He walked over to the cell where Kiba and Hinata were in. He reached for the temperature control panel attached to the outer wall of each room. And he turned the it down form 50F to 34F. The Anbu could only smile as the two of them moved together in order to get warmth. They will thank me for this later, thought Shino as he went back to his rounds. The next morning Sakura and Naruto were the first to wake. They let the two demon foxes sleep. As both of them eat breakfast, a knocking sound came from the door. Sakura opened the door to find Ino and Sasuke standing there. Morning forehead, said Ino. What are you two doing here? Asked Sakura. Well, after the Hyuga arrest you two disappeared and I was kind of worried. Said Ino. I kept telling her that you two are fine but she never listens to me. Said Sasuke. Why don't you two come on in? Said Naruto as the two entered and all four of them sat down on a couch. So you two are fine? Asked Ino. Yes, we are fine. It turns out Juno is the reincarnation of Kyuubi's mate, said Sakura. Really? Said Ino. Yes, I am really Kyuubi's mate, said a pink fox as she entered the room. Hello there, said Ino as she held out her hand. Sorry, I forgot you don't have hands. Foolish human, said Sakura, I have tails. Ino. With that a pink tail came up and shook her hand. So what is your name? Asked Ino. Sakura, said the pink fox as Ino started laughing until she fell to the ground laughing. What is so funny, human? It's just your name, Sakura, and you're partnered with Forehead. Also you're Kyuubi's mate and he is partnered up with Naruto. It seems fated that Forehead and Naruto will be together. Said Ino. It's not just fated, it has already happened, said Sakura, fox. What? Asked Ino as Sakura slapped her forehead. Sakura, you aren't supposed to tell them that, said Sakura. Humans, I will never understand them. You mated with Naruto, so why hid it? So Sakura, you mated with Naruto, said Ino, so should I dump Sasuke-kun and go after Fox Boy? If you lay a hand on him, I will break it. Growled Sakura as Ino backed up. Damn, she is really portative of him, thought Ino. Don't worry Forehead, I got my man, said Ino as she walked back to Sasuke. Yeah, I know, I have seen things, said Sakura. What have you been spying on us, Forehead? Yelled Ino. No, I saw yours and Sasuke's daughter in one of Sakura's time said Sakura as Ino's eyes widen. My daughter, said Ino softly. Yes, you see Sakura can show what could be the future and one time she showed me my daughter and her friends, one of which was your daughter, said Sakura as Ino looked down at the pink fox. Can you show us our family? Asked Ino. Sure, I don't see why not, said Sakura. Where is Kyuubi? Asked Naruto. Sleeping, said Sakura as she rolled her fox eyes. Even after 20 years some things never change. You can only wake that barker up for food, mating and combat. If he is that big of a barker, then why are you married to him? Asked Ino as Fox Sakura glared at her just as like human Sakura did. He may be a barker sometimes but I love him, he makes me feel safe and lastly he is my barker. Growled Sakura. Okay then, said Ino, so can you show us our family? Sure, said Sakura, let's all head to the backyard. All four of them went toward the backyard. Only to find it different. Everything seemed set up for a party. Sakura could see her older self wearing a jacket similar to Naruto's, only white with pink flames instead of black with orange. Ino was dressed in black pants and had a purple jacket with the Uchiha symbol on its back. It seemed that a sandbox was added to the backyard where a little girl with pink hair sitting in it playing. Right next to her was another girl but with blonde hair. In a nearby tree, two blonde-haired boys maybe 8 years old sat in the tree with two red foxes. Each one of them had a grin as another two boys about the same age each with black hair appeared next to them. On one of the benches sat two girls maybe 12 years old talking up a storm. One was Kushina Namikaze, wear the same outfit that she was wearing before. Same goes for Liz Uchiha. Another Uchiha stood in the training field throwing kunai at a dummy. This male was the same age as Kushina and Liz, maybe 12 or 13. He looked just like Sasuke, was even dressed the same, except he had blonde lights running though his hair, just like Kushina had pink running though her blonde hair, and like his sister and father he had a sword on his back. Older versions Naruto and Sasuke also stood by the training field. You know son, this is a party, said Sasuke to the boy who just kept throwing. I know that father, but I almost cost my teammate her life during our mission and I don't want to lose any of my friends, said Sasuke's son. Fugaku, I read the report, you are not at fault. You were up against a S-rank ninja, said Naruto. Hokage, with a due respect, I don't care what the report says, it is my fault that your daughter almost said Fugaku. Fugaku, how many times do I have to tell you? You don't have to call me Hokage, I am your godfather after all. Call me Naruto, said Naruto as Liz and Kushina walked up. Brother, you are taking this way too hard. He was a S-ranked ninja and you're still a genin. You can't be expected to win. Luckily Neji-sensei was there, said Liz as she placed her hands on her hips. Besides Fugaku-kun, it was only a scratch, said Kushina. A scratch that if it was a 1/4 inch deeper it would have cut the major artery to your brain, said Fugaku as he glared at Kushina. Okay then, tomorrow we will do some training, said Sasuke. Thank you father, said Fugaku as he bowed to his father. But tonight we have some fun, okay, said Sasuke. Yes father, said Fugaku. Suddenly a water balloon went off on top of each of their heads. They looked up to see the two sets of Twine's boys, one set Namikaze, the other set Uchiha, standing in the tree smirking and another water balloon in each hand. I am going to get you brats, yelled Kushina as she disappeared in a yellow flash and reappeared at the base of the tree. She grabbed the tree and started shaking it so hard that it started to bend. Every man for themselves, yelled one of the Namikaze boys as the 4 boys jumped down from the tree. I am not letting you get away, said Kushina before she made 4 shadow clones and began chasing the boys. Dad, help us, yelled the boys as both Sasuke and Naruto laughed as KY's wrung water out her ponytail and her brother just watched as Kushina chased the boys around the backyard. That is when the image faded away. So that is our family, said Naruto. You're beautiful, aren't they? They look so much like you, said Sakura. Are you kidding? They look so much like you. Kushina acts just like you, even has your evil glare, said Naruto as Sakura glared at him. You're just like that. Naruto, I wouldn't push her if I were you, said Ino. Why would I stop? I think she looks beautiful when she is angry, said Naruto as Sakura's anger suddenly stopped. You think I look beautiful when I am angry? Asked Sakura. Yeah, when you get angry your right eye twitch in that cute little way, said Naruto. Why do you think I always made you mad when we were younger? I always thought you were just being a barker, said Sakura. No, half the things I did was on purpose to get you to look at me, said Naruto. Well, you don't have to get me mad to get me to look at you now, said Sakura. Well, that was cool, said Ino. Sasuke-kun, did you see them? Yeah, 5 kids, isn't that how many kids you wanted? Said Sasuke. Yeah, 2 girls for me and 3 boys to carry on the Uchiha line, said Ino. I can't wait to live that for real. That may not be true, what you saw was the likely outcome. It is not guarantee, said Fox Sakura. Now I am going back to bed. Have fun, kiddies. However, she thought, they have no idea how soon that future will come. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.